Okay, so my first video inside of aggressive affection, and the reason I call it aggressive affection is because I am affectionate. I do care about people. I do. I just have a really aggressive way of going about it. And if I ever did stand-up comedy, which I won't, I would call it aggressive affection because again, I care. I care. I just care in a very aggressive way. So let's set that aside for a second, okay? Today's video, I want to talk about emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence, EQ versus IQ, okay? So IQ is the intelligent quotient. I know that's the thing that we have like a IQ test for, academics. We push a bunch of that shit forward at you, like, higher education, higher education. I'm not telling you not to pursue higher education. I'm telling you if you do it, know why you're doing it. Versus emotional intelligence, something I wish we really taught in school. EQ is something I was very low on over the last 12 years. I've developed and learned about and refined and worked it over and refined and worked it over. And something I like to bring to you, okay? So IQ, currently society, and the way it's always been, we push IQ forward as in learn more, retain more, absorb more, and go to college and you'll learn more and you'll get a better education, you'll succeed in life, and it's really bullshit. It really is. EQ versus IQ is not new. Look it up again, Google it, find your own sources. Let me talk about IQ versus EQ just obviously more this video. Let's talk about IQ a little bit more. Okay, so many of us believe that if you retain more information, the smarter you are. The better you are, better test you take, so on and so forth. Which is a horrible concept because one, we believe retaining a lot of information helps us think better. That's not accurate. Start studying, research high-functioning thinkers. What I found about high-functioning thinkers in my research is that, and it makes sense, they discard information they don't need. They look at relevant information. The moment you start talking in a conversation, I'm sifting through all your babble, 5-10 minutes of talking. I'm sifting through it. I'm finding 2 or 3 nuggets that are important. I keep on those and I focus on those. And that's how I win conversations. I don't listen to all the rest of the dredge. Okay. Same thing, talking about like mathematics or anything else. You're trying to retain all this heavy information that you don't use. You don't use it. That's why you discard it. It's not information that's relevant to you. Think of your mind as a nightclub, and you're trying to allow relevant information into your nightclub, okay? Your bouncer, your brain, your filter should be filtering out crap that's not relevant to you. Crap that is relevant, the stuff that really impacts you, you should be allowed in. You should take it in, assess it, keep it, okay? Shit like your mom's birthday, fucking discard that. Okay, well, okay, if you love your mom, whatever, and birthday's important to her, we'll talk about birthdays another time. Fine, do that. Fine, do it. Whatever. If it impacts your life. If it impacts your life, I guess that's where I'm going with this. What doesn't impact my life is going to college, even high school setting, studying 8, 9 different courses when I'm trying to major in one thing, and telling me that that's going to make my life successful. Let me draw an easy comparison for you, okay? I want you to think of somebody in your life that's highly intelligent. Highly. I mean, they're fucking smart. I'm saying that they're so smart, they're almost socially awkward. If I was talking about a TV show like The Big Bang Theory, I'd be talking about somebody like Sheldon, okay? I want you to think about your Sheldon in your life. I want you to find somebody mentally that is so highly intelligent, they're almost socially awkward when they talk to people, okay? All right, take your Sheldon and tell me, do you ever see them being a CEO? Do you ever find them being in charge of people, running for political office, being a manager somewhere with their social awkwardness and being able to quote random facts or random algorithms? Tell you, no? What do you see them as? Having a red stapler, being in a cubicle in a basement somewhere, cracking some code? Probably. Because that's what high intelligence does, okay? It lets you retain all this extra data. If you focus on IQ, academics, like we've been telling you, society's been telling you, that's where you're going to end up. Now, Let me give you another side. Maybe you don't relate to that. Let me see if you relate to this. EQ, emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. EQ is the ability to identify and regulate your own emotions, use them to make people feel what you want them to feel. Okay? Now, emotions in this last decade plus that I've been alive, I've realized are so critically important. You may have already known that. I didn't know that. When you can manipulate, as people have told me, manipulate people's emotions, you can control them. You can influence them. You can make them feel what you want them to feel, and they'll remember what they want to remember about you. Hopefully, it's what you wanted them to remember. Whether you wanted them to hate you, like you, be impressed by you, whatever, you control their emotions. You control everything else. So let me give you this scenario you probably already know. Have you ever worked somewhere where the person above you didn't know what the hell they were talking about? Yeah. They were just running at their mouth and they had no clue what they're talking about. You're sitting there in a meeting and you're like, what the? They just literally made that shit up. They literally were running their mouth and made that up like, I don't know what are you talking about. They sat there and not only did they make it up, everybody in the room was listening. Not only was everybody listening, they believed him and they promoted him and they moved him on. That's emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence. The ability to regulate and control your own emotions and identify them and use them to make people feel what you want them to feel. So that person made everybody in that room feel what they wanted them to feel. Look at your politicians. I don't care what you think about whoever. Our current president, our past presidents, that doesn't matter. Look at what they had in common. They can stand on a podium and make you feel what you want, what they want you to feel. Okay? That's emotional intelligence. So, when we talk about emotional intelligence, I'm going to talk a lot more about it throughout videos. I'm going to ask you strong questions. These questions are going to elicit emotional responses. I want you to check those emotions, and I'll guide you through how to check them and how to control them, and then how to use them to make people feel what you want to feel. Think about simply like this. Actors. Actors have a ton of emotional intelligence. They do. That's how they make you feel what they want them to feel. What they want you to feel. Okay? Nobody's really dying on set. Nobody's really passing out. Nobody really drowned on the Titanic. Though there's room for two on that door. We've talked about it, and people have talked about it endlessly. Okay, just whatever. My point is, start looking to emotional intelligence and listening to more of these videos. That's where I want to focus your attention. Now, I don't want you to drop your IQ and be an idiot. I don't. That's like working for a boss who doesn't know what the hell they're talking about. We want to balance everything in moderation. Life is about balance from my belief system. Okay? Balance out your IQ and your EQ. Understand how to read people and how to make them feel what you want them to feel. You get way farther in life. All right. Talk to you later.